Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and lo and behold, we have a new ABX season that requires burn. And who has the burn, at least for Universal Hero Day? It is Ghost Rider. Burn like crazy, man. But he's not your only option. There are other options. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But for today's ABX run, we're going to be using this team right here. Now, I realize Ghost Rider is a completely free-to-play character, and so is Phyla. Ghost Panther is a semi-paywall. I mean, usually you'd have to pay the bios to get him, but you can actually get him in the Dimension missions. You can actually farm for this guy. He is available in the Dimension missions. It would take you some time, but you could get the bios if you have a Mega Rank Up ticket. He'd be a really good character to use one on because he really is just a great support, and he's really amazing for fire damage characters like Ghost Rider. And he really makes the difference due to his leadership, which gives the extra crit rate by 15% and the fire damage by 30%. Now, for my build, I'm running a CTP of Judgment. Getting this extra critical rate is actually really important, and having that extra fire damage is very important. If I had a CTP of Rage, I might go with a different leadership like Nova, who gives 30% energy attack and then damage to other supervillains on top of that. But for my particular build, the CTP of Judgment, I think having Ghost Panther would be better. Plus, Ghost Panther will also offer 45% damage on supervillains and the 50% fire damage. So we're going to get 80% fire damage from Ghost Panther and the 45% damage on supervillains. And then, of course, Phyla, who is a free-to-play, is going to offer this extra 30% increase of all attack to universal types. Now, she does have the skill damage, which isn't really going to help Ghost Rider because he already has skill damage. And as far as my build, we have 43,700 energy attack, max attack speed, 55 crit rate, 181 critical damage, max ignore defense. Not even the max critical damage, not even max critical rate. He has max skill cooldown and no Odin's Blessings, all amplified slots. But we do have a mythic energy attack Uru here, mythic critical damage here, and then we got 5 stars here. And then look, we got 5-star energy attack, all 5-star, all 5-star, and all 5 stars. So this is not an optimal build by any mean. No Odin's Blessings, only one mythic Uru, that is it. I do have 83% energy attack on my cards, so some of you might have to put some Odin's Blessings on them, but honestly, it'd be worth it. Ghost Rider really is an amazing character. He does one-shots really well. He's just got a lot of power. He doesn't rely on all defense down. He's just really, in my opinion, one of the best tier 3s that you could have in the game. He's extremely useful, very powerful character. He's got the leadership, which can be canceled pretty much almost immediately, which is really nice. And then we got the passive here, and this thing's insane, increased damage dealt to supervillain types by 120%, which the beast is. It is considered a supervillain, so you're getting that extra damage. The 1, nothing here. The 2, nothing. You got burn damage here. The 3, it has burn damage, and then a bunch of other craziness, invincibility, the extra 250% attack, blah, blah, blah. But the important thing is we got burn here, burn here, burn here on the 4th skill, and burn here on the 5th skill. He has burn on 4 different skills. So canceling the Beast Roar is actually pretty damn easy. It's not hard at all. Once the Beast goes in the center of the screen and that little icon shows up or his bar changes color, all you got to do is hit either the 5, 4, the 3, or the 2, and you'll apply burn damage and you'll cancel the Beast Roar. It really is that easy. So as far as the rotation, what you want to do is now this is playing with a CTP of Judgment or CTP of Rage. You want to start out with the 5th skill, and as soon as he throws that fireball up in the air, hit that 3rd skill. And let your proc lay on the 3rd skill. If you're playing with a regular damage proc, you could just cancel the 5 to get your attack buff, and then go straight into the 3rd, but you don't really get the attack buff from the 5 unless you let it play out a little bit. You gotta let it play out a little bit, so that way you can get these attack buffs. That's kind of the bad thing about it, if you're playing with a proc. If you're playing with a proc, maybe you'll do a different rotation, but with a CTP of Judgment or CTP of Rage, start out with the 5, throw the ball up in the air, hit the 3rd skill, and depending on whether or not that proc it still has a few seconds left, either you'll hit the 4 or the 2 and the 1. If the proc only has about a second left, go ahead and do the 2 and the 1, and then go into the 4 afterwards. all you're really trying to do, there's really no set rotation to what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be trying to keep the proc on the tier 3, the 5, the 4, and the 3. That's it. Whenever the proc isn't engaged, that's when I'm going to be trying to use the 2 and the 1 skill. Now, when you use the tier 3, you're going to see me cancel the tier 3 quite a bit because I found I just do more damage whenever I'm just kind of running through the skills. So I'll do the tier 3, and as soon as it shows up, I just start going into my other skills. Now, you could do a different method where we'll go ahead and get the tier 3 off cooldown again here. Okay. Now, I haven't tested this a whole lot. In all honesty, guys, this run you're going to see, I did it one time. That's how easy it was for me to cap out the score with this guy. One try, one time. But whenever you do the tier 3, I mean, I cancel this thing, but if you want to let it play, and then boom, and then go into your skills afterwards, you can. But like I said, I cancel it pretty early, actually. And you'll see that in the run. I mean, he kind of reminds me of Namor in the way that you play him, you know? You're just trying to keep the proc on certain skills. The 3, the 4, and the 5, and the tier 3. And that's pretty much it. He's got a fully awakened Power of Angry Hawk set. And I am rocking a CTP of Judgment. And this is pretty damn awesome, you know? Because we do get the chain hit damage. We do get the all attack, right? And we got it on a 200% proc. But we don't need a rage. We don't need a rage for Ghost Rider to shine because he does all elemental damage. He benefits from having a CTP of Judgment. So if you have one of these things lying around, I mean, him and Apocalypse really are just awesome because of this. You can put this on them and they're able to cap out the scores with it and without a rage. Although a lot of people are going to run rages on Apocalypse, honestly, guys, Ghost Panther just doesn't need it. He is so damn strong, he doesn't need it. I do have a mythic uniform on him. And, you know, we're getting dodge here, no big deal. We got energy attack. And this is another thing. With the CTP of Judgment, you don't have to level up these other uniforms to try to get that max dodge. You don't want to level up this uniform. It's not that good. It really isn't. Johnny's a great character, but the uniform really didn't bump him up that much. This is a real bum deal, but in all honesty, Ghost Rider's so strong. You could get Odin's Blessings for free in World Boss. Maybe you have some Odin's Blessings on him, you'll still be able to cap out the score. You're really not going to need this uniform, even though it's a paywall. Captain America, everybody's going to have this. You could get Ignored Defense here, get the extra HP. And in all honesty, guys, I could change this here to Ignore Defense and then change one of my other stats to get some more crit rate or critical damage. And then here we got some more dodge. You're not going to need this uniform, although I think you don't really need the uniform, but it's a good uniform to have. And then we got Namor in the last slot. A lot of people are going to have this guy, even though he's a paywall. He's been in the game for a long time, and people farmed him in Dimension Mission, like what I recommended for Ghost Panther. And yeah, he's a terrific character. Still a terrific character. Still good for one-shots. And you'll get this extra critical damage or crit rate or all attack or whatever stat you need. Now, as far as the ABX here, the beast creates a shield whenever it roars. So it's very important to cancel the beast roar so it doesn't do that because it's preventing you from doing attacks. Now, you could run this team right here. You're still going to have the burn from Ghost Rider. This is a completely free-to-play team, although you do got to pay crystals to get Nova. But Nova does offer 30% energy attack, and he has damage out supervillains. So he's actually a terrific leadership if you don't have Ghost Panther. You could also put Odin in there. Odin has burn damage on his 5th skill. You could put Odin there. I mean, there's all kinds of different things you could do. Silver Surfer has burn damage on his 3rd skill. Jean has burn damage, but really, in my opinion, you know, these are 3 native tier 2s. And more than likely, Jean Grey is going to be built for PvP. More than likely, Silver Surfer is going to be built for PvP. And Odin, yeah, he'll plow through it and he'll max out the score, guarantee it. But he's freaking twice the cost of Ghost Rider. That's the thing. He's twice the cost. He's ridiculously expensive. I just think really for the cost to reward ratio, Ghost Rider is just a much better investment in my opinion. And if you don't have Nova, you could always put in Medusa as far as your leadership. So let's jump into the ABX run and let's rock and roll. All right, let's do this. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in here. We're going to switch to Ghost Rider. We're going to start with that 5. As soon as he throws that ball up in the air, we're going to hit our 3rd skill, and look at this. And then I'm going to go into the 4 because I still had time on my proc. Boom. Then I use the 2 and the 1 when the proc wasn't engaged, and I go back into the 5. I hit the 4. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to hit my tier 3, and then I'm going to hit my 3rd skill. As soon as that proc engaged, I hit my 3rd skill. Here we go. Now you notice I won't hit my 4 yet. 2 and 1 when the proc engages. Now I'm hitting my 4th skill. Proc came a little bit late, but that's alright. This is what you're trying to do. You know, when you're playing with a Rage or a CTB of Judgment, you know, you have to keep the proc on the 5, the 4, and the 3rd skill. The 2 and the 1 aren't going to do that much damage. And the tier 3, of course. And like I said, I am canceling the tier 3 pretty quickly, but that's because I find I'm just getting more damage by doing it that way. Now watch. The little blue shows up, we hit the 5th skill to apply some burn, and again it could have been the 5, the 4, the 2, or the 3 to apply the burn. And you'll cancel that beast war. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. He's already hit 2.7 million. Not even 40 seconds into this battle. He's insane. With no Odin's Blessings and mostly 5-star Urus. I mean, Jesus, man. Ghost Rider is... Oh my God. I mean, this, like I said earlier, this is one thing that Netmarble did right. You know, they really did do a good job with a lot of these reworks that they did this year. Like Odin, like Ghost Rider. I mean, I couldn't be happier, honestly, with these guys. I mean, Jesus. So freaking strong. I mean, look at him. Look at him go. And you see, we did cap out the score already. And, you know, I came in here just horsing around, right? Just to try a run. And it really was... I mean, at least for me, I realized I got 83% energy attack on my cars. I know not all of you have that. But it really was... it's not usually that easy with any character. Except for maybe like Cable in the Summer Day uniform. But this guy just plows. Man, he's awesome. I love it. Like, oh my God. A friend of mine, one of my Alliance members, has a tier 2 Ghost Rider and was able to hit 4 million. 4 million with a tier 2 Ghost Rider. Tier 2, guys. Tier 2. I probably could actually get a better score if I actually sat and practiced. Maybe if I didn't cancel the tier 3, maybe I could get a better score. But because of all, I mean, look, we already got over almost 6.1 million, right? I mean, it's just, and we got 30 seconds left. So there's just, you know, it's pretty easy with this guy. In all honesty, it's pretty easy. And really, something I try to do is I try to get the tier 3 with the 3rd skill. I mean, you really want to try to get that 5th skill with the 3rd skill or the tier 3 with the 3rd skill. That 3rd skill does so much damage. And if you're playing with a proc, you're really just going to have to alternate your rotations. And, you know, I'm not going to be able to do it for you guys because I'm not going to pay the crystals to unequip the CTB of Judgment to throw a proc. So I do apologize for that, but due to the boycott, I'm just not going to do it. But look at this. Over 7.4 million. 7.4 million from this guy. Wow. So Ghost Rider, in my opinion, is the best option for this. But, you know, you're welcome to use other characters. Silver Surfer, Odin, and I'm sure Gene can all max out the score. But for your money, Ghost Rider's the man to go with. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.